I think we take away two major lessons from this. I think the first is that this divisive kind of communal hate-filled politics has a limit. Even in a place like Delhi, which is otherwise fertile ground for this kind of rhetoric and demagoguery, we are very pleased to see that on the margin the people accept performance and will not fall for this kind of propaganda. I think the second thing that's clear to me at least is that the future is all about regional parties. The country has become so large and so diverse and so complicated that it is very hard to have any national policies. Even you take a so-called national party like the BJP, because they are in control of the government and have massive resources through the kind of illegal, illegitimate electoral bond scheme and so forth, and because they run a dictatorial model, they are able to kind of control the narrative. But even that party has such diverse policies. They are pro-beef in the northeast. They are pro-beef in Goa. They are anti-beef to the point of killing people on suspicion in places like Uttar Pradesh and Uttrakhand. So it is a contradiction these days to have national parties. The Congress's kind of slide reflects that. The BJP also, we see their limits. They are really only active in about 14-15 states. And even in a state like Karnataka, without a Mr. Yediyurappa, without the Lingayat kind of consolidation, they would not be able to manage Karnataka. The kind of magic of the fake model does not work. So places where there's high education, it fails spectacularly. Places where there's not as high education or high GDP, they're able to sustain that myth for a little while. But their economic performance is so bad that it's very clear that even that myth is unraveling. So the greatest lesson I take away from this is that the future is all about regional parties, because regional parties in our country are already 60, 50, 80, 100 million people, or in the case of UP, 200 million people, which is very hard to manage and actually administer. I mean, those who understand the complexity of anything. These are all like little countries. If we were all separate countries, Tamil Nadu would be the 19th biggest country in the world. So even the complexity of administering Tamil Nadu we find hard. This notion that you can set policies for 1 billion, 300 million people in Delhi and run things is just inane, right? It's illogical.
So how do you see that Prashant Kishore ji with Aam Aadmi Party?
Look, I've known Prashant Kishore a long time. He's a very talented person. I'll say the same thing now that I said 3 years or 2 years ago. There was a rumor 2 years ago that he was working for the ADMK. At that time they asked me, are you concerned? I said, look, anytime you have a talented person like Prashant with the right level of resources, all those who are on the other side of him should pay greater attention and should make sure they're playing at the top of their game. He is a professional, he is very sophisticated, he has a track record. Nobody is infallible, you win some, you lose some. But of course I'm glad that he is going to be working with us as opposed to against us. It still requires the party to do his job properly, and the basic notion of all politics is to be in touch with the people. Everything you do must be informed by the needs of the people, by the desires and expectations of the people, and you must be able to get your track record, your understanding of their needs conveyed back to them. And that's the basis of all politics. We do that reasonably well. Of course, we're always happy when other like-minded people who believe in the Constitution, who believe in secularism, who believe in development for all, join with us. So we're happy to see him, and I congratulate him as I do Chief Minister Kejriwal for such a good result in